Season officially over?
LeBron's or the Lakers? The Lakers? Is the question, is the Lakers season officially over?
I thought, Lakers.
Yeah, I just want to make clear to the audience because it's coming off the LeBron sound. Yeah, it's been over. You don't recover from 2-9. You don't. The Pickup Hoop is a good Twitter account. If Twitter still is working, it was a few hours ago. I'm not sure if it is right now. 161 teams in NBA history have started 2-9 or worse. 5 have finished above 500. 1 has won a playoff series. This Laker team ain't going to make it 2. And this was the risk of starting the year with a broken roster that couldn't compete. Was, no. The pieces we need, we're gonna get those during the year, but we can get better ones later once teams start thinking, okay, maybe it'll be too late. And the big question that I would have is Rob Pelinka going to be held to account for this?
No, I have the answer for that.
Definitely no, because 2-9. So Darvin Ham, Brew, is a rookie head coach.
Right.
Maybe Darvin Ham's maybe the problem's Darvin Ham. He's terrible. He's awful. Doesn't know what he's doing. Well, Pelinka picked him. Right. I also don't think it's Darvin Ham's fault at all. I think he's fine. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if the coach is fine, and AD and LeBron up to this point have been healthy-ish, they haven't been ruined by injuries. They're not the Clippers. They're not the Bucks who were without their 3 starters last night. Then why are you 2-9? Oh, the roster must be terrible. Well, Pelinka did that. Pelinka put that together. So we can have big picture conversation at some point, like what does this season mean for Anthony Davis's historical legacy? You know what I mean?
Shouldn't have been in the top 75.
Well, it's certainly looking like that, and you've been saying that, by the way. Does this hurt or help LeBron? It's the greatest year 20 ever, but it seems like a big step down from where he was year 19, or it's certainly year 17 when they won the title. I don't know. I do know this. Lakers are terrible. If not for benched Colts quarterback Matt Ryan, they're 1-10. And that's a big problem, bro.
All right, look, I agree. The season's over. Okay, and I'm not sure, maybe we'll get into this later, where you're at with Westbrook. Like, are you putting all the blame on him?
No,
I'm
that's
not.
me neither. I'm putting the blame on the roster being broken. My point was Westbrook trade was the way you could have readjusted from there other than, doing your job in free agency.
Right.
But go ahead, I'm sorry.
The season's over. What also is over, sorry Nike, is LeBron versus Father Time.
Yikes.
Father Time's won. Now, that doesn't mean LeBron's not any good anymore. His numbers, 24, 9, and 7 look great. Mm-hmm. But the LeBron James we've known and loved is done. Like, LeBron doesn't just put up numbers. All right? That's what separates him and the other all-time elites from everybody else, is they put up numbers and they dominate and they win and they impact the game. LeBron's not doing that, okay? And he can't do it on the defensive end. That's a part of it. But I'm going to say this, too. LeBron's not winning another title. Okay? Certainly not as the best player. Well, now, could he go will they trade him somewhere where he can fit in with some other great players? I doubt it. I don't think he's winning another title, period. He definitely is not leading anyone to a title because, Nick, LeBron and Anthony Davis, when LeBron was LeBron, 2-9 is unfathomable. I don't care if we're the other 3 starters.
Okay, so here's the thing. So I agree. There are a few things you've said there that I totally agree with, and a few things you've said there that I think I disagree with, and one thing that I know I disagree with. All right, so if the LeBron versus Father Time, if the question Father Time wins once LeBron is no longer the best player in the league or a top 5 player in the league, then I suppose you would say Father Time is won because LeBron right now is clearly not a top 5 player in the league. But if LeBron versus Father Time is he having the best season of any player ever at this point in their career by a mile? Yeah. Absolutely.
I agree.
So in that regard, he is outlasting Father Time better than anyone ever has, while also not being, and we don't have to go back to 2012.
Not really a consequential player anymore.
Well, here's where,
2-9.
Just real quick, here's where I would disagree with you on that, and there's where I disagree with you on the title stuff.
Go ahead.
I think that LeBron James being used in a way that Tim Duncan was used those last 2 final seasons, one of which Tim Duncan was first-team All-NBA, playing 30 minutes a game for a well-coached, well-balanced team with a good roster, absolutely could still lead a team to the championship. Maybe wouldn't be the best player, could lead a team to the championship, could be a huge
Duncan
part
was
of winning.
still a great defender at that point.
Yeah, but he was no longer a great offensive player. LeBron's at this point still a very, very good offensive player, assuming a shot comes back. And so, but certainly not with the Lakers. He's certainly not winning another title with the Lakers.
Okay, can I give you a solution that's like staring us right in the face that we've all just blown past?
Sure.
Can we show the graphic on teams that have finished pretty poorly last year that started 2-9 or worse? Rockets got the 3rd pick. The Pistons got the 5th pick. The Pelicans made it to the playoffs. And sticking with this New Orleans theme, here's an idea. How about Anthony Davis, who was not going to play hero ball when Darvin Ham said, but he says he wants to be more aggressive. How about New Orleans Anthony Davis decides to show up with LeBron out? How about you go out
He's not
and
even
beat
that guy
the
anymore.
Sacramento Kings? Why? Is he 37 years old?
No, and that's baffling.
Go
You're
out.
right. But he's not. Is he the New Orleans Anthony Davis? He's not.
Decide, but here's the thing. Physically, is he not? Or is he just deciding not to be?
I'm going to tell you what I think. Anthony, as the game has become more perimeter oriented, and it's happening every year, more and more perimeter oriented, Anthony Davis is kind of a tweener. He doesn't dominate inside. He's good inside. He doesn't dominate inside. And he's not a great outside perimeter player.
But he also needs a point guard, which the Lakers have not had. Right? And so, and I'm not putting this on Russ, but when Anthony Davis' best year with New Orleans, winning-wise, Rondo was there. When they won the title, by the way, in the bubble, Rondo was there. Needs a true point guard.
Before that, he still had more impact than
he was better.
Listen,
Anthony Davis peaked in like year 3. Year 3, he almost won league MVP. But this is where I won't put it on Anthony. Anthony Davis not being what he should be. LeBron's body breaking down is why the Lakers can't win a title this year, right? 2-9 is on everyone else. And I just want to show you one thing that's going to seem odd. This is the box score last night. I think we have it. For the Milwaukee Bucks, who did not have Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, or Drew Holiday. And guess what? They won a basketball game. I understand they're playing the Thunder, but they won a basketball game. You know why? It's like, oh, Bobby Portis, that's a real legit rotation player. Brooke Lopez, would he be the 3rd best player on the Lakers? Absolutely. Javon Carter, Grayson Allen, George Hill. Those are guys that are, I'm not acting like those are great players. But they have a roster.
Yes.
The Clippers haven't had Kawhi in 2 years. Right. They're above 500 in that stretch. They have a roster. Like, the Lakers don't have a roster that can function. That's on the guy that put it together.
All right, meanwhile in Brooklyn, dare I say it, Nets looked amazing.
Oh, I was there cheering, bro.
They look good.
You must have been mouth agape. Shocked.
Non-interim debut for Jacque Vaughn. KD had a triple-double. Seth Curry had 23. Nick Wright had the aforementioned flank steak.
Yeah.
Also, no Kyrie.
Red wine demi-glaze. Good.
Brew, is Durant proving he's better off, and the Nets are better off without Kyrie?
Well, Durant's better without Kyrie. He is. And here's my theory. Now, we can show numbers.
That was a big moment. Hold on. Wait. We needed Brew on camera for that. We all need to hear it again. Yeah, do it. Go, Brew.
Kevin Durant is better without Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Oh.
Here's why. We have the numbers. Dusty can show he wins at a higher rate without Kyrie than with Kyrie. Some of those games, admittedly, had James Harden.
Yeah, of course.
But James Harden and KD have been far more successful than KD and Kyrie when it's just 2 stars. Okay. So here's why I think that's the case. KD, we know, is not a leader, right? And Kyrie is a stronger personality than Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook was a stronger personality than Kevin Durant. Mm-hmm. Now, Westbrook and KD had some success, but never could get over the hump and win the title. I think when Kevin Durant's playing with those guys, he naturally defers. Like, he doesn't take charge like he should because they're the stronger personalities. In Golden State, obviously, Draymond's a stronger personality, but Draymond is passive.
Right. He's not trying to shoot.
Draymond goes in, and Steph and Clay, for that matter, went into games with Kevin Durant saying, he's our guy. Let's get him going. Let's make sure he does his thing. He's going to carry us. Do you think Kyrie Irving or Russell Westbrook ever went into a game thinking,
No.
that's the man. He's number one. I'm number two. No. And KD's not a strong enough force to say, no, I'm number one. So that's the difference.
Okay. I think that was all very smart and interesting and introspective. I'm going to go ahead and say he's better and the Nets better are without Kyrie Irving, because without Kyrie Irving, they're a functional basketball team that plays defense.
So the Nets are better, too.
Of course. I mean, it's not even close. I mean, 116 points per game allowed with Kyrie Irving. 4 games without him, they're at 90. Best defense in the league by a mile. They're allowed. They've allowed
they could
86.
Defend. I told you they could defend.
All you had to I understand. Once they take out the 35 minutes a game from a guy that you were saying, oh no, Kyrie can defend. He's just chosen not to since he was learning to dribble when Uncle Rod Strickland was teaching him. Like, give me a break. They've allowed 86, 94, 96, and 85 without him. And here's the other thing that happened last night that I liked a lot. We've seen Point LeBron. Point Zion made an appearance last year.
Yeah.
Point Durant.
It made sense.
Was fun. And it was good.
He wasn't fun against Boston in the playoffs, though.
No, but Kyrie was there.
Maybe at times.
Kyrie was there, and Boston is uniquely suited to cause a ton of problems defensively for everybody. And they're up 2-1 in the finals. Like, they were a unique team with youth and wings and all that stuff. KD, and here's the other thing, Wildes. Man, oh man, they sure seem to. Again, I don't want to overstate what
they're having fun.
Gather from seeing the game in person. Yeah. The spirit was great.
That came
KD
through.
is trash talking Julius Randle, going back and forth lighthearted. Right. Seth Curry is like when KD was on the bench, Seth Curry's like green light, baby, and he went out and was nailing step back shots.
Jacque
and then
Vaughn
after the game,
animated.
Jacque Vaughn. By the way, Jacque Vaughn very early returns on a coach, and he has a terrible record. I want to say something. Jacque Vaughn did something twice last night that I wish more coaches did, which is when you have a big lead and the other team goes on a 2-basket run, called timeout.
Yeah.
There was twice. It was 5-0 run, and he was like, "Nope, Knicks, you get no momentum." I
gotta say something though. Go ahead.
So I have a question. I'll ask you, bro. Watching the game last night, everybody was playing great. Everyone's having fun. Ben Simmons still confusing. So I want to show you one play that sort of kind of captures what. The challenge of Simmons. Misses a layup that I think Durant knew he was going to miss. Gets the hustle back 100 miles an hour, gets the steal. Joe Harris hits a 3. So
KD was fired up after that.
So the question is, was that a good sequence for Ben Simmons or a bad sequence for Ben Simmons?
It was a good sequence because the layup, not making an excuse, it was contested though. It wasn't like he missed a wide
when that came up.
He's in his own head at the rim.
Yes, he is. He did make a few, dunks.
Yeah, no.
He had a layup that he made.
Yeah.
But here's, because I think, Nick, you're wondering, okay, you think, because I said yesterday I still would give Kyrie a shot with the Nets.
Yeah, sure.
Here's why. Yes, they look good. They look great without him.
Sure.
But this team has a clear ceiling, which is what?
Second round.
First round, maybe second round.
You know what?
Unless Ben becomes the old Ben Simmons, but with Kyrie, and I wouldn't give him a long leash because I've said at some point I might get rid of him if he's not working out. But with Kyrie, the ceiling is much higher.
I totally disagree with
at all.
Yeah, because I said second round. I want to retract that. I think this team that we saw last night, their ceiling is until they face the Bucks in the playoffs. I think that
they could beat anybody else in the East.
Because we have seen Durant last year he didn't, but in previous postseasons be a world destroyer. We saw him even in the series they lost to Milwaukee. He played one of the best games anyone's played in the NBA in the last 20 years when he had the 48, 17, and 10 to stave off in Game 5 to go up 3-2, not stave off elimination, with a hampered James Harden who was 2 of 11 and Kyrie not there. I think that in the East, you have a chance that you have the best player on the court in every series you play, except for against Milwaukee. And I do think in basketball, vibes and chemistry and feel good and defense obviously matter. So I don't think Kyrie raises their ceiling, but he lowers their floor.
I bring Kyrie back in coaching. If I'm Jacque Vaughn, he's not running the game plan. Come Kyrie, sit down.
Don't take Sumner's minutes, though.
Woo!
He's cooking last
night.
Watanabe's
coming back soon.
He was. They look good.
Hey, is OBJ distracting the Cowboys? We discuss next. First things first.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.